was an interesting day in Chester Center Dormitory at the UT campus. And up walks this tall, dark, and handsome, as they say, human being walking up to our table. And he said hello to me. And he spoke with this lovely little accent that when he spoke, I just had to hear more of it. He was smart, and I like smart people.
And she had this really nice red dress on that day. The initial meeting was wonderful, and we did agree to get together for dinner later that week.
Was that February of 1977? I guess it was our first date was at the dinner table in the dormitory. We got engaged in 1978. Here's where the story changed because we were born strict-raised Catholic, and David was Lutheran. And my mother said, no daughter of mine is going to marry a Lutheran after we had announced our engagement, so our life crumbled. You cannot pick who your child will choose to love. And I respected my mother, but I didn't respect my enough to say, hey, wait a minute, what about me? So I have loved this man for 40 years from afar. I always wondered, I wonder if he can feel my prayers. What we call that 40-year break, we call it the long year. He was told, make a bucket list. So he did, and kept coming up at the top of his bucket list is find Mickey. Find Mickey.
The only thing I really needed to do was to find her.
He started looking for me. This is where Facebook comes in. So I checked my Facebook, and there was a greeting from David. We chit-chatted back and forth, so I called him. And instantly, when I heard his voice, I was sucked back in. Those tones, that harmonics, and that's all I wanted to do was just talk. We talked for 2 hours.
It sounds odd to that you could lose track of someone for almost 40 years, but there was no internet, there was no cell phones. We talked for 23.9 hours in the first week. We were like teenagers and had over 200 text messages. Mickey came down from Wisconsin to San Diego. We always sort of thought we might move somewhere else eventually, but we didn't know where. And then one day we came back to visit here because Mickey has relatives here. And while we were here, we just felt an energy that was so positive. And Mickey comes in and says, what are we waiting for? Let's go to Austin. We'd already joined the club as out-of-town members, and it had the right location. I liked the fact that it was people who have some interest in the University of Texas, and I like the golf course.
You can golf pretty much every day, and you get to look at the water. There's the Colorado coming through, and they have just done such beautiful things to the grounds here, and it's just, we're back home. This is where we belong. And it's fun that you get to golf because his mom would tell him, you're working too hard. You need a hobby. Go out and play golf. Go do something. Go play golf.
She would give me golf balls for Christmas. Go get out and have some fun. All work and no play makes a dull boy. She's gone now. I wish she was around to see me finally doing what she said. I ran into the group I play with in the morning, the Ben Dowell group. That's just been great for me. Got some lessons, and we use the club. We eat up here quite a bit, and Mickey's dabbling her toes in the tennis facility and the workout facilities.
We really don't know what's in store. We just know it's significant.
And this is the beginning of it. So we feel very hopeful about the future and are very glad to be here and have the club be a part of it.